Okay, so I hope I have a better amount of reception right now. But I wanted to come on here and really talk about this. I've been trying to talk about this for a minute now, which is what we think about is really our lives. And I cannot explain how much this has become my reality. So much so. Um, if I was just looking at somebody's post, Ralph Smarts, he's on YouTube too, but he was just like doing some money affirmations or something like that. And one of his people really challenged him, like, how does this help your people? And so I decided to come here and say how money affirmations and life affirmations, goals affirmations, attitude adjustment affirmations, body affirmations, just anything, period, changes your life. And it really does change your life. We have to put ourselves in the mindset that we want to be in. And a lot of the time, from what I'm understanding, it's about being a person that's strong in your own mind, and you're going to be clear about what it is that you think about. And if you are not clear on that, there are so many people, corporations, energies, interest groups, activist groups, so much out here willing to program you. Your kids can program you, your mates, your spouses, your friends. They can program you. Pardon me. Bleh. I can talk, I promise. But if we want the life that we want, sometimes it does not gel with everybody around us. And that mindset means that you have to move yourself back, pull yourself away from mentally whatever it is that people around you are focusing on, and you have to be clear on what you're focused on. I know it seems like it's such a small thing. People are like, oh, affirmations, it doesn't really mean anything. But I promise you, and you have to pardon me if I sound super congested, like the air conditioning has finally gotten me. And so, I'm a little stuffy in the nose. But that's moving along too. Because I'm on a mission to move, stay in motion, and let things move out my body quickly as they need to. However, to get back to what I'm saying, if you let's just talk about about finances. You know what I mean? A lot of the time, we have to find peace with the finances that we have in order for our finances to grow. A lot of the times we're in this mindset of, I need more. Oh my God, I don't have enough money, or I'm not making money, whatever. Just think about all the talk that you put around money. And I'm guilty of this myself. I'll be like, quickly, we don't have no money over here. Like, knowing that that's not necessarily the case, but I've put myself in a position where personally, now it becomes, okay, well, how do we make every cent that we actually have? And when I say we, I mean me and my family. But I'm going to say myself right now, because it's really a focus that's just me. Not everybody in my family thinks like me, right? Hopefully they will get there and surpass me and do better, and I can learn from them. But right now, this is my focus. And so learning how to work with what I physically have has become not an exercise in budgeting. Not even. It's become more of like a game. Like, I want to, pardon me, Facebook's going on. I want to, like, my goal is to not just meet my bills, but to save a certain amount every single week. And then the game becomes, oh, wait a minute, don't go in here and forget, especially once I get paid for whatever period of time or from whatever I'm getting paid from. Don't go into the store and spend all of your money. You know what I mean? Be very clear about what you're spending money on. You know, the affirmations are helping me to hone where my money goes. And to be honest, the affirmations really had nothing to do with this game, so to speak. But the game is in that same vibration, if you will, of I want to attract and hold more to me and put it in places like savings and stuff like that, or see it double in other areas, just doing other things. Let's have some fun with that, right? That's become my process every week. And I'm slowly expanding where it's at. It took me a while to get to the point where everything was just cool. You know, like everything's paid. I'm good to go. Let me at the next week. Let's get at the next week or the next month or whatever. And I find that when I slip in my game, my mental game of I can get this done, of this can work itself out. There is a way to have this happen, and just continuing to encourage myself, then I start to see little hiccups in my checking account or my savings account. And I had some hiccups these past 2 weeks. Not bad ones, but like things that I definitely didn't have to deal with. And that's because I got off my focus. And that's just for finances. Once we get very clear that we can change our lives according to what we think, then the energy starts to spread out. So it started to spread into my working out, you know, moving along. And I'm seeing, you know, some of the awesome, fantabulous results from that, and just getting more sleep. You know what I mean? Getting more sleep at night and waking up earlier and just going about my day and feeling better. So that has been absolutely awesome. But I would still encourage those who are not feeling what I'm saying. You know what I mean? Like, people will be like, oh, visualization doesn't do anything. I have a whole video on here about visualization, and I promise you it does. Visualization works. For those that are spiritualists, you know it works. But for those that are just here for a little pick-me-up, visualize your life doing the things that you really wanted to do for 30 days straight. 30 days straight. Just commit. Pick 5 big things that are important to you. 5 big things. 30 days straight. And see your life begin to change. And it'll change in subtle ways that'll begin to grow, like, you know, moving like an avalanche, getting stronger and stronger and stronger. And you will then understand that what I'm saying when I say that visualizations work. Now, this is the thing. We have to do this on a regular basis, just like we do everything else that we have to do in our lives that we are not willing to give an inch on. When it comes to achieving those things, be it eat food, be it go out with our friends, be it be with our man or our woman, be it cook, be it study, be it go to school, be it go to our religious institutions on a regular basis, whatever it may be, there are some things we're not willing to give nothing on, because we're going to do it no matter what. But this is an area that humankind, period, has gotten very lax about, which is the training of the brain. There's so much out here that talks about training your mind to make it work for you. And so the reason why I'm getting into that is because if I'm giving you a 30-day exercise on visualization, and that means get yourself a little board, if you have body, and 5 things. If you have body goals, if you have money goals, if you have vacation goals, if you have school goals, and if you have car goals. Those 5 things. Maybe move one out for a relationship. Okay? But 5 things. I want you to get beyond 5. 5 things. Put pictures up and put sayings around them that make you feel good. Look at it like once a day. And visualize yourself in that situation for all of those 5 things. Once a day. Okay? In 30 days, I promise you, you will be closer to each one of them. The problem is people are expecting that at the end of the 30 days, you will have achieved them. You may have, you may not have. It depends on what the work is that you have to do around it, what your vibration is around those energies, what your vibration is around those energies, around those things that you want to achieve, right? And so, like if it's a pair of shoes, right, for vacation goals, like you got a pair of shoes that you want to buy to go on a trip with. They might appear in front of you in a couple of days for $10. That's nothing. But the money for the vacation may not appear if you can't get your mind around the vibration of it. But I promise you, by the end of 30 days, you'll be closer in vibration to it. This is where I'm going here with these 30 days. A lot of people stop at 30 days. Well, it didn't work, so that doesn't work. Well, now, wait a minute. We get up and wash our behinds. If we're one of those, I am. Every day. We have to eat every day to be sustained. Whether or not, if we're going to eat good or bad, we have to eat every single day. For those of us who are either employers or employees, we have to work at something every single day to achieve something, which means bringing their income to put out the products that we want to put out into the public and to be part of that final line or that bottom line when it comes to putting those products out, right? When it comes to building faith, we go to church or go to the temple or go to... What? Oh... They just got rid of my dang video, y'all. Oh my God, how did that happen? Mercury retrograde. But this is an old topic, so I can talk about this. Oh, I hope that other video is still on there. Oh boy, it says your mind, your life. That's a topic of discussion for this video. Okay, we're gonna try this one more time, y'all. I already did this. I was like 12 minutes in. Okay, so let's talk, shall we, about achieving goals in our lives that we want. What we put into our mind on a regular basis is what we achieve, is what we live, is who we are. When we are determined to get something done, it gets done. And it's been in our mind swirling, thinking you've been getting it done in your mind, so you get up and you actually do it the next day. Why does this have to be any different for your personal life? I was watching, or I saw a post on Ralph Smart's page on Facebook, talking about money affirmations, and somebody there who's a real, I guess, stick in the mud about it, doesn't believe it works. And I guess he felt like it was putting down people who it wasn't working for, who were not at that place yet. Was like, what does this have to do? You know, how does this help your people? And somebody said it gives them hope. He said it doesn't give me hope. You know, he was upset about it. But I'm here to tell you, affirmations work. Visualization works. Writing down goals and coming back to them on a regular basis, big long range goals or maybe some short-term goals, maybe at the end of the month that you want to achieve, they work. That works. 5 things. 30 days. I want you to, if you can, get 5 things that you, think about 5 things that you want to achieve. If it is money goals, relationship goals, vacation goals, health goals, and spiritual goals. Okay, those are 5 things. Get a board, a cardboard, big one. Put a picture up and put sayings around it that make you feel good about it, that remind you of why you want to achieve them. With a little Sharpie or a marker or pen, whatever. And put this thing up somewhere. Put it up on the back of one of your doors if you can. If you need it to be small and in a nice little book or something that you can just pull out from behind a shelf from time to time because you want to keep your situation private, that is fine. Okay? But you're going to look at it every day for 30 days. And you are going to concentrate on every single 5 of those goals for 30 days. Okay? What's going to happen here is the energy around all this, the vibrations around all this in you is going to start to really have a communication, a conversation. And it's going to build. And you will achieve some of your goals. You will achieve them. I don't know how big, don't make big outrageous goals, please, but don't make super tiny ones either. Make something that you don't have that you want to achieve within the next 30 days. Okay? An idea around financial goals may be saving a certain amount for next month. Whereas you can never find a way to do it, but there are ways that you can save money every single month, that we all can save money every single month. If it's around relationship goals, maybe it's talking to yourself in a softer tone and believing that you are attracting the type of mate that you actually really want in your life. Okay? I can't remember everything else, but do something around that vibe or that level with each goal. Don't make it something like, I'm going to be married in 30 days. Unless, of course, you and your fiance have been going back and forth on a date and you two just need to finally get to where you're going to be. Maybe that is a goal you put out there. But if you don't have man to begin with, a woman to begin with at all, don't put out there that you're going to be married in 30 days. Don't do that. Like, no. Do something reasonable. Okay? That means something small. Do not determine that you're going to have some amazing, huge shift, but you will have a shift. You will have a change. My goodness, man. You will have a change happen in your life. Now, at the end of these 30 days, if you have not achieved the big thing that you want to achieve, that's fine. Because what you have to do and understand is that every single day your mind is programmed by somebody every single day. And it's not you for the most part. You may not really realize that, but it's not. It really isn't. If we're looking at social media, if we're watching television, if we're talking to people that we work with, because you may not even watch TV or look at social media, but you're listening to people that you work with and you know about the stage of things that are happening in life right now, your friends, your family, whatever, right? You're being programmed. You're being programmed. And what I'm saying is that we have to get a little bit more selfish and stingy about our time that we're going to lend to other people in our minds and start to say, I'm going to work on my goals for me. And I'm going to start focusing my thoughts around the things that I want to achieve. What is it that you want to achieve? Your mind, your life, right? Ralph Smart was right when he said that when he talks about affirmations, when he was talking about what he was talking about in that post. He was so right. It made complete sense to me, what he was talking about. If we can change our minds about anything, we can affect a huge change in our lives. We don't have to stay in one mindset. But I'm saying this because, and the reason why I feel so impassioned to come here and talk about this is because I see a lot of people feeling like that just cannot happen. And I'm going to tell you that the exercise and the work around it is not easy. I remember years ago listening to like Tony Robbins in my 20s, maybe in my 30s, listening to Dwayne Packer and Sanaya Roman. Of course, Esther and Abraham, they're absolute stars as far as I'm concerned, but not really getting it. Would have some success, and I would say mild success. I got raises, cars, but I was super tired. Raises, cars, changed where I lived. Just things were happening for me that were awesome. Relationships, you name it, whatever it is that I really wanted to get involved in and wanted to achieve in my life. I was achieving. But I was tired at the end. Oh, I was tired. And the amount of energy that it takes to affect that change in your life is monumental. It's the same amount of change it takes, or same amount of energy it takes for you to get up and go to work every day and work every day and involve yourself in relationships and conversations with people in a relationship, say with your bank or a mortgage company, or just imagine how many people you are extended out to on a regular basis. Like, you just have different parts of you going out. It takes that same amount of energy to affect change in your life from your brain, from your mind, from your mindset, from deciding to program yourself or reprogram yourself. It takes that amount of energy, and it is a strong process. And I'm going to tell you right now, it's very fruitful. However, there's another young man who I came across on YouTube, and I cannot think of his name right now. But essentially, I think he said that he was surrendering to the process of God in this process. Now, for me, it would be a little different. I would say surrendering to the will of my Ori in all things. Because I honestly believe that my destiny is laid out before me, and the more I fight against my destiny, the more that my life is going to go completely out of whack, and I don't want that. So when it's an easy process for me, I've learned that my speaking around it, my talking around it is effortless. And that when I'm not quite there yet, and it's not part of what my natural process is in everything, that not only is my language disjointed around it, I'm very nervous about the process. You know what I mean? I cannot get the words out around it. It is a real process to do that vibe stream jump. And in some cases, it feels like a quantum leap, but it really isn't. When you look back on life, it's just not. It's just that maybe the timing was not right, lined up for me at that time. Once the time becomes lined up, though, it happens like that. And it's not always, I'm trying to push it. There were times when I remember trying to push things. I would journal until my fingers were tired so I could feel that energy in my arm and feel it pulsing through my body, and affect change in how I was thinking and what I was doing and make things happen. But the problem at that point was that I did not have the strength or the longevity to keep these things. Later on, it became, okay, well, how much were you feeding your mind? What were you feeding your mind at that time? And was it in line with who you are? Your mind, your life. So think about that. If you do 30 days of affirmations around 5 things, and I want you to make them affirmations that you are visualizing. You're saying them, you're seeing them on this board, and then you're seeing yourself in those situations, right? And then putting the board back. Like, don't look at it every single time you get a chance throughout the day. Don't do that. It's like dialing a busy phone. It doesn't change. just allow it to, just allow your mind to gently and slowly change, because these are things you have been thinking about already. This is not stuff that I'm telling you that you feel you have no feeling about. Like, you have goals around these things already. You're just not sure about how you're going to achieve them. Okay? So once you get clear on what those things are, and it's just 5 things, people. Don't write a list out that's like over an amount. There's something that can come later. But right now, your mind, your life. Begin to feed your mind around the things you want to achieve. Okay? Feed your mind around the things you want to achieve. Okay? So, I just wanted to come and say that your life is a direct result of the thoughts that you have in it. The thoughts that were put in it when you were a kid, the thoughts that a lot of the times we think like our parents. Or we have completely divested ourselves of their thought process and decided that we think differently than them. Right? It's your mind. And this is your life. So take your mind and put in it the things that you want to know about, the things that you want to experience and achieve. If that vacation is going to like Bora Bora, find out about packages and stuff like that. I'm not going to put no out there. I'm tell you right now, this is going to be a wondrous and beautiful process for those who are willing to do this. 5 simple things, y'all, for 30 days. And I really do. Go to like a little Rite Aid, a dollar store, something, and get some cardboard. Okay? Matter of fact, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do it with you all. So today is not day 1. We're going to start this effectively on Monday the 21st, August 21st. That's when we're going to do this. I will have my cardboard ready. I'll show everybody my simple goals, 5 goals, and then we're going to all start together for 30 days, everybody. Okay, your mind, your life. I have just started a challenge, have I not? I hope you accept the challenge. Have a good day, everybody. Your mind, your life challenge for the next 30 days starting August 21st. Peace.